here we go. Yeah. Day one journey. Episode 860. And today I want to share with you this idea that I also want to remind myself. It might not be exactly what you wanted, but. Well, in a sense, it sort of summarizes part of my philosophy about life. So let's say I want something. I have a goal. I want to get somewhere. I want to be, a better dancer. I want to perform abroad. Well, this was one of my goals and I accomplished it. But let's say you have a goal. Think about something. So sometimes it might feel that we don't get what we want. We didn't get exactly what we wanted, but we do get something else. And I think that if we adjust our mindset or we adjust how we look at things, we might realize that we actually got what we wanted. So for example, I want to teach salsa. Yes. I wouldn't necessarily say that was my biggest dream ever, but this is something that I wanted to do. And I did do that. Now I also want to do that. And let's say the salsa scene here in Bangkok is not that big. So I can just complain about that there's no one here who really wants to learn salsa or something. But the thing is, exactly like I shared with you, I think, yesterday, nothing is stopping me. And nothing is stopping me from what? From actually teaching salsa online. So let's say, I want to teach salsa. I don't have a lot of opportunities to do that face-to-face right now, but I can do it online. So it's just an example, a small example, how I didn't get exactly what I wanted, but when I look closely, I still got it. Another thing, I can perform. Well, few years ago, we didn't have the internet, and we had all these gatekeepers. Yes, for example, if I wanted to perform in the Israeli Salsa Congress, I need to go to an audition, and they decide if I'm good enough to be on stage. And that was 10 years ago, 11 years ago. Well, now I can just do a video in the park, upload, and if I'm good enough, there's a lot of views, a lot of like, I can go directly to any producer in the world and perform. Nobody's actually stopping me. So I might have my ambitions, my goals, the things that I want, and I might not get them exactly as they were in my head when I first had this dream. But the thing is, I change. Things change. Sometimes I will get exactly what I want, but not at the right time. Or maybe just in a different time. Maybe I was imagining a certain house. Yes? So I might get part of it. Not exactly like I imagined it, but part of it. Well, it's just, for me, asking this question, or just reminding myself of that I might not exactly get what I want. Exactly like I imagined. But it can be close enough. If I just open my eyes, adjust my mindset. And now I go personally about me. I got I got everything, just not all the time in the right order, or exactly like how I expected them to be. But For example, I have a friend and they just got divorced, and they didn't plan on getting divorced. That wasn't in the plan. But it doesn't mean that they won't get the relationship that they want, the happy marriage that they dreamed of. They might get there. I think they will get there. But it won't be exactly like they imagined, because they didn't imagine getting divorced. But they can still get what they wanted. This is the point. Life is uncertain. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. Yeah? We have control over our lives, but not a total 100% control. Because, like people say, life happens. Well, I don't really like using this phrase, life happens. Well, yes, I don't control everything. But life is not 100% random. This is the other extreme. Last year, I was doing 26 days Vipassana for different reasons. But as far as I understood, the philosophy of the Buddhism, or at least part of it, again, as far as I understood, was sort of realizing and understanding that everything changes. And we can just observe things as they change. For me, it was the other extreme, saying everything changes all the time. We don't really control that. We don't, like some philosophies, not necessarily the Buddhism, say that we don't have a free will. I'm not going into these philosophies. I'm just saying, mentioning my opinion about them. They're just sitting there, watching and observing life. This is not something I want to do. I understand everything changes all the time. But I do have power. I do have my free will to actually create my life. And on the other hand, as I showed you just a few minutes ago, I have control over my life, but to an extent. So if I want something, I go towards one goal, I think about a path, I make the plan, I start walking the path. But the path will change. The plan is eventually going to be changed. It will change because life changes and we don't control everything. But the plan wasn't there to be executed as is. The plan is there to give us guidelines, to understand where we're going, the general direction. And then when we walk, we adjust. That's the thing. We always adjust the sails of the boat. It's not 100% straight line. It's a zigzag. And when you go zigzagging, you don't end up exactly where you imagine, but you'll be close enough. If you shoot for the moon, you'll land among the stars. And the fact, and to the other, and from the other angle, the fact that I go zigzag, the fact that life is a zigzag, doesn't mean it's 100% random. There's still a general direction. So I'm zigzagging, but I'm not doing it random all over the place. I still have an idea, a vision, and I'm still going forwards. So this is the balance that I try to find, and I try to remind myself, I don't get exactly what I want, but I know what I want. I'm still moving forwards, adjusting my steps along the way. This is what I want to share with you today. Have a good day. Day one. See you tomorrow.